Hey everyone, I'm Manoj Kumar, and today in this video, in this session, we will be talking about business studies for class 12, and we will be talking about the second book, that is Business, Finance and Marketing, and we will be talking about financial management in particular. Right? Now, before we move ahead, let me share with you what our experience has been over the years. What happens is, this second book, majority of the students, a good percentage of them, they don't even turn over the pages of this book until and unless the time for pre-board comes. In the pre-boards, most of the students are not familiar with the chapters, with the topics. It is only after their bad score in pre-boards that they start turning over the pages of the second book. The reality is that in the second book, particularly in the first two chapters, financial management and financial markets, the topics, the concepts that you would come across, you are already familiar with most of them. You have read all those concepts, topics, either in accountancy or in economics or in business studies. Unlike the first book, which deals with principles of management and its functions, all those topics are entirely new for the students. But it is not the case with the second book. You are already familiar with most of the concepts, right? So, what is financial management? We all are aware that business needs fund for many purposes. It needs fund for its day-to-day operations like purchase of raw materials, payment of salaries. Then it needs funds for acquiring fixed assets, plants, equipments, machineries, land, building, etc., etc. You are already aware of fixed capital and working capital. Over and above these, the business also needs funds for expansion, for modernization, for diversification. So these are the various areas where business needs funds, and these business funds are the lifeblood of any business organization. Without them, no business can survive or grow and make profit in the long run, right? So basically, this financial management is concerned with procurement of funds and putting them into productive uses. Procurement of funds and putting them into productive uses, right? So the funds that is required for the business, they have to be procured. They have to be procured, and these funds must be timely, they must be adequate, and they must be cheap. We need timely funds, not before the time. If we arrange the funds before the time, we'll have to service the debt for no productive uses. The fund will remain idle. If we procure the fund after the time is gone, it is of no use. So, neither before time, there is no question of after time. So, that is one part, timely procurement of fund. Then it must be adequate, neither more, neither less. Neither more, neither less. If we have less funds, we can't carry out the business activity. if we have more funds than what is required, it will remain idle and we have to service them. And then it must be cheap. There are many different sources of business funds. They have their risk factors associated with them. So we have to make a choice which fund is most suitable, most appropriate for the business, and we take those sources only, right? So timely, adequate and cheap funds is very important for the smooth functioning of the business enterprise, right? For example, in the capital subscription, the minimum application must be of 90%. Only then the allotment of share is done, right? If it is less than 90%, the allotment of share does not take place, right? So that is what is we mean when we say adequate funds, right? Now, the basic objective, the primary objective motive of the financial management, financial manager is the wealth maximization, of the shareholders, wealth maximization of the shareholders. This will take place only when there is handsome profit, only when there is a handsome profit, a handsome dividend is paid to the shareholders. As a result of that, whoever holds the shares of the company are not willing to sell it because it is giving them good return. Earnings per share, how much is earned per share, we will come to know all about them as we move ahead, right? So the basic purpose of financial management is procurement of funds, uses of funds. Its primary main objective is the wealth maximization. When we say wealth maximization, we are talking about handsome profit, profit maximization, we are talking about handsome dividend payment, we are talking about earnings per share, Then again, every business have a right mix of debt and equity, How much debt and how much equity, we will see the cases where debt is preferable and the cases where equity is preferable as we move ahead, right? Now, this chapter has been basically divided into two parts. One is financial decisions. And another is financial planning. Right? In financial decisions, we have to take three types of financial decisions. Any business. One is investment decision. And investments is done in fixed capital as well as working capital. Fixed capital are for long term, they involve huge amount, they are irreversible, right? Whereas working capital is short term, not so huge an amount is involved in that. So when we are talking about investment decision and we are talking about investment in fixed capital, we also call them capital budgeting decisions. Right? Capital budgeting decisions. Then another decision which financial manager has to take is the financing decisions. decision. As we have seen just now, there are many different sources of business funds. All of them have the risk factors associated with them. All of them have their advantages and disadvantages. Now, financial manager has to evaluate them, identify them, and select the best option for them, which is preferably the cheapest one, right? Then another is dividend decisions. Another is dividend decisions. We are all aware that dividend is that part of profit which is given to shareholders, and it is very important to distribute dividend among the shareholders, otherwise they will not hold, they will sell their shares and move to more productive uses, right? So one of the parameters for the investment is how much payout is there on account of dividend payment, right? A few years ago, when Tata Motors didn't pay dividend to its shareholders, its chairman, the respected Ratan Tata, has to answer shareholders in annual general meeting who raised questions that they are retired ones, they look up to the dividend for meeting their expenses, right? And at that point of time, Tata has to ask for their forbearance. Wait for a while. Right now, we are not in a position to pay dividend. So what will happen? If the dividend payout is not good, the shareholders are not going to be loyal. They will shift to another productive opportunity. So these three financial decisions, investment decisions, financing decisions, and dividend decisions, these decisions have to be taken by financial management, by financial manager. And then we have to evaluate the various factors affecting these financial decisions. Right? So that is one part. Another part is financial planning, in which we look for capital structure. As we have seen just now, that every business have a right mix of debt and equity. You must be aware that Reliance Industries, when they launched Jio, they incurred a debt of 1.5 lakh crore, and after 4 years of their operations, now Reliance Industries is debt free, right? It has sold parts of its shares and collected a huge amount of money. So even Mukesh Ambani, who is the richest Indian, he also needs debt capital for carrying out business activities, right? Why I took this example? It is just to illustrate that everyone, when we are talking about medium-sized or large-sized enterprises, every businessman has to go for debt. Then, as we move ahead, we will see the situations where debt is preferable and the situations where equity is preferable. So, we will be talking about capital structure, in which we will talk about debt equity mix, right? And then various factors affecting this capital structure. This capital structure like return on investment, interest coverage ratio, debt service coverage ratio, right? So this is the outline of this chapter, and as I said in the beginning, you will not find any concept, any topic which you have not heard, you have not come across in your +2, either in accountancy or economics or even business studies, right? So this is one chapter where you are familiar with most of the concepts, and we will also see that only this chapter has scope for numericals in business studies, right? For the first time in 2015, 2015 or 16, they have given one numericals in boards, and it is very easy. We will be seeing that as we move ahead. So when we talk of financial management, we are talking about two parts. One is financial decisions, another is financial planning. In financial decisions, we will be talking about investment decisions. Business needs to invest money in fixed capital, working capital. The investment on fixed capital is also known as capital budgeting. Then we will talk about financing decisions, and then dividend decisions, and then we will be taking up factors affecting those decisions one by one. Then the second part is financial planning, wherein we will be talking about capital structure, which is nothing but the mix of debt and equity, and the situations where debt is preferable and the situation where equity is preferable, and then at the end of it we will be evaluating the various factors which affect this financial planning. So this was a broad overview of this chapter, and believe me, this is one chapter wherein with least effort you can score maximum marks, right? In my next video, I will be talking about investment decisions, financing decisions, dividend decisions, as well as capital structure, right? Now I hope that you have got an idea of what you all have to deal with in this chapter and how familiar you are with those topics, right? Thank you.